Alright, so today I'm going to be listening to a piece by Canadian composer Andre McEvenue. It's titled Capriccio and it's for Pierrot Ensemble plus viola, but it is a sort of piano concerto. So it's really for piano and mixed ensemble as listed in his score. And you can see the instrumentation there. There's no fancy doublings in the winds or anything. And this score is pretty easy to get a hold of. It's a master's thesis. So you can download it from the University of Western Ontario Electronic Theses and Dissertation Repository. It was composed in 2018 under the supervision of Dr. David Miska, with Dr. Paul Frainer as his second reader. Andre and I actually were in the same year in this master's program at Western, and I got to see this piece live, and the program itself did not have a big research component. You did have to write a substantial thesis proposal, but really the thesis project was just a piece, and it didn't require any sort of written document aside from the score. So this is the thesis, and actually the performance wasn't even a degree requirement, but Andre and I were in a particularly big cohort that year, so I think there were 5 of us altogether, and we made the effort to get all of our pieces performed, and we sort of all wrote smaller scale pieces to make sure that could happen. And Andre's is really impressive in scope. Here's his website. If you go to listen, you can find the recording. And it's sort of a 15-minute piece, and it's all through composed in one movement as far as I can tell here. So that's quite the achievement, and it's fast music too, so it's laid out in such a way that a conductor could work with it very easily. So there's 3 systems per page in 11 by 17 portrait and 26 pages altogether. So to be honest, my memory on this piece is a little bit foggy, but my girlfriend played in it at the time, and she's the clarinetist in this recording, so I do remember her playing, and this will honestly be my first time looking at the score, so I'm excited to look at it with fresh eyes and listen to it with fresh ears. Okay, yeah, as I started this listen, I immediately remembered that I was page turning in this recording for the pianist. I can't believe I forgot that, but that would explain why my memory is a little fuzzy on the piece, because I was focusing on page turning. I also forgot that it was conducted by Simone Luti. Yeah, it's like a piano concerto for a really small ensemble of winds and strings, and I think it's a really creative way to use the Pierrot Ensemble, and it has a lot of potential to be expanded into an orchestra piece. I think the part writing was very minimal but good. There was pretty good 2 and 3 part counterpoint throughout the piece, which could translate very easily to a large ensemble. It's not this is super dense writing that could only ever be for chamber. I think it's something that could work in a lot of different versions. Yeah, as the title suggests, it's the character of the first theme is pretty capricious. In his program notes, Andre talks about how he was influenced by Igor Stravinsky and Bela Bartok, and I think that definitely comes across. He also cites the Capriccio for piano and orchestra by Stravinsky. If you're not familiar with that work, it's I believe it was written in the 1920s, and it's not a chamber piece like this. It's for piano and orchestra, but it's sort of like that early period of his career where he was fleeing the Russian Revolution and trying to make some money. I think this is a very solid piece, and I think this recording is a little bit on the slow side. It's supposed to be more like 12 minutes, and at a faster tempo, it's probably very rhythmic. It's got a lot of nice mixed meter stuff, a lot of stuff in 5. And for anyone who's looking to support Canadian composers, I think this is a very solid piece of repertoire to just get audiences engaged and, you know, some fun for your performers to do sort of like a mini concerto thing. So, yeah, so this is a nice little trip down memory lane. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at a piece by Gerard Grisey for the same type of ensemble, but it's going to be a completely different piece. It's one of my favorite pieces, and a piece that I discovered around the same time that I was studying with Andre here at Western. So all of these scores I'm looking at come from somewhere. So yeah, that's this one.